Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. How are you? We do anything fiber related on this channel and today is no different. If you guys are new here, this is my little yarn corner where we talk about things that I'm working on, things I've finished, things that I buy, or anything that's knitting related, and we talk about it. Today I'm wearing my newly casted off. This is the Croissant top. This is what it looks like. It's like on. This is what it looks like on. I just really wanted it to be kind of boat neck. I didn't want there to be any kind of ribbing. I feel like I've been getting away from ribbing. So we just have a really nice, just like an I-cord edge, but it like makes it so this section looks like a border, if that makes sense. Like this looks like it, like I've attached this on, but it was really just knit as a panel. But yeah, I knitted this on Knitting for Olive cotton merino in koala. I think it's the darker gray of the two grays, and I knitted it on 3.25, which I know is kind of small. I know I talk about like wanting to get away from 4mm, trying to knit bigger needles, but I thought this is kind of like a top. I only wanted to hold it single strand, fingering weight, and so I kind of had to bite the bullet because 3.5 and 4 just felt too big, and I wanted it to be just something you could wear by itself, and it's really beautiful. I'm hoping in the future I can knit a skirt, like a mini skirt or like a midi skirt. I don't know yet. Haven't had the desire to make it or the yarn. I do have leftover of this, but I have recently decided, after all of like the yarn hauls that I did from my travels, I'm gonna be on like a really strict yarn ban. I just recently made a Google sheet kind of listing out all the yarns that I have, how many balls I have, how many in total, and I want to look every month to see, making sure that I don't like add any more to the collection, and making sure and seeing how much yarn I can use up as the months go by. And I want to look at it at the end of December and see kind of my progress through that, and just kind of not necessarily be net neutral or anything like that. That's initially what I was wanting to go for, but I think I want to just be at a decrease. We want to just hit maybe like half of my stash right now. I would love to hit that. I had a couple of people asking me if I found any resources, and I just decided to create one myself. And yeah, just like being more stricter with my stash, and I know I've said that so many times, and I don't like that. Even though I've said that, I still bought like a ton of yarn. Other things I finished before my trip, I don't think I've shown everything in no particular order. Not only do I want to like also be stricter with my stash, I also want to be stricter with my projects. So I'm trying to not cast on things or like finish things before I cast on things. So currently what I'm doing is I wrote a list down of all my current whips, and once I finish those whips I can cast on specific things that I have planned. So I'm hoping that'll work. We'll see. I feel like I have the urge to cast on constantly, so we're really fighting with myself. So if you guys remembered, I don't know if I spoke about this, but this is my my Yoloclava, which is the YOLO balaclava that we did on the streams. It was free if you did along with me, and I'm hoping to put this up on the shop. So it's just your basic kind of balaclava, and I wanted to have fun and just like try this type of scrappy technique. So I held one strand DK weight, one strand lace weight, and then the scraps were just one fingering weight, kind of differing lengths all along the DK and the lace, and I think it came out really cool. Obviously I am so late. It's like the prime of summer right now, but I feel like it doesn't really matter what you knit when you knit it. It's just matter that you're knitting, and that's great. So this is what it looks like. I have currently been on like a hunt to make more balaclavas. I have a couple yarns that I want to use up, and so I think they're really good alternatives to your basic hat, because I don't know, sometimes you just want to have a little bit more fun with it, and I'm really happy we were able to use up some scraps because I was really struggling there for a moment. Another piece that I had finished before my trip, I had some leftover knitting for Olive heavy merino that was kind of just like sitting, and I kind of had this idea to knit a baby sweater. Don't ask me why. Just know we were getting on like a little baby sweater kick. Like I was really into making it. So there you go. Look at how cute and tiny she is. I have recently come into contact with a Hope box, so I'm just gonna put a bunch of like the baby sweaters stuff that I knit in there, and then maybe we can just like start a kind of baby collection slowly but surely. But yeah, I just thought it was really cute, and I used up like essentially all of my heavy merino, so I don't have any more of that left, and I freaking love that. My future baby can match me with my typical sweater because it's essentially the same design, just in a baby form. I also really, like, not gonna lie, really love how the heavy merino holds up. I feel like it's not super soft like the double Sunday. Like, you get quite it's more structured, more, maybe a little bit more rustic too, but I just feel like it's a more sturdier knit, and I really like that about it. When you're knitting it up, the tension's kind of weird, but once you block it, the tension becomes like way better. So I can finally put her away and write these patterns because I'm crazy behind on that. During the trip, I had brought a couple whips. So I had brought, I had decided to start another Thursday top. I brought a t-shirt, and I brought this croissant top. So I did end up working on this during the trip, and I didn't finish it on the trip, but I finished it afterwards. So I was happy with that. But I did end up making a second Thursday top. So this is what it looks like. I made a large. So normally I'm a medium. So the first one I made was a medium. This is the large size. And I just love how it came out. Again, I love my little itty bitty buttons, and I think it just makes the nicest silhouette. I don't know. I'm really happy with this one. I knitted this with the Queensland dungaree tweed, which is on my shop, like the exact one that I bought. I ended up using, I think, 1 and a bit skeins. Like, I didn't end up using the entirety of 2. Overall, very nice. And I was kind of iffy on the tweed. I don't know, like, I bought it because I was like, ooh, this seems interesting. And I was worried about how it was gonna knit up and how it was gonna look and whether it was something that I would actively wear in my closet. But here she is, she's beautiful, and I can't wait to wear this in the summer. Fully 100% cotton versus my other one, which is a wool base. The second thing I brought with me was a t-shirt. So I was kind of playing with the idea of making a t-shirt because I want to create like a tea collection where all the patterns are like tea names. So like Earl Grey tea, like lavender tea, kind of stuff like that. And so my first one I decided to name was the London Fog tea. So this is how it looks like. So this is how I finished it on the trip. I was really happy, again, with the border edges. I am just so in love with the stockinette stitch. I ended up deciding to do a saddle shoulder, and I was really, not going to toot my own horn, very impressed with the construction of it. Finished all of it on the trip, but then I tried it on at home. Not happy with like the bottom section, so I actually reknit a section here. So when you wear it, these kind of flare out a little bit because I was using the same needles because I didn't have, like, I didn't bring a lot of needles on the trip because I was worried about bringing too many. And same with the bottom, it just kind of flares out. So what I tested on this one was I used 3.25. So I knitted this whole thing on 3.75. Tried the border band here on 3.25. It looks really nice and really secure, but it's just a little short. So it kind of goes like right here. I think I want it to be like a little bit longer. So I think what's gonna happen, I'll just unravel, redo that. Same with the other arm. And then for the body, I'm gonna knit it a little bit longer and then also do the same thing. Just want the fit to kind of be perfect for my first tee because I love kind of the initial shape of it. So I want all of the shape of it to be of my liking. I did end up using, I don't know if you can tell, a twisted German short row. Been talking a lot on the streams about twisted German short rows and how that really helps with your turns and make them look super seamless. And I wanted to test it out, and I definitely feel like it worked. So that's definitely something I'm going to be incorporating in a lot of my just like pieces that you really emphasize the German short row. Other than that, I love this piece to death. I used WAC mixed yarn, which is like 50% cotton, 50% wool. And that again has been in my stash for so freaking long, and I'm just so happy that it has a nice little home and I can wear this guy and be really happy. Again, the feel of it is really nice. I hate to say whack, but like this mixed yarn is very, very nice. It has a slight, I don't think you can see it on camera, but it has a slight marling, so you can kind of see where the cotton is and where the wool is. But like in actuality, you can't really tell, so I don't really mind at all. Yeah, those are kind of all my notes on this guy. Really, really love it. I've been really liking how these experimental tops have been coming out that I've been making, and definitely want to make more. The issue is just if I start the testing now, it won't come out for the summer. It'll probably be a little later. So I feel like now I'm starting to knit a bunch of wool and like warm things, which is hilarious because I feel like I got all my summer knitting done before. Just wanted to showcase, it's a little wrinkly because it was in my suitcase. This is just a wrinkly little gross little looking Wednesday top. I just wanted to bring this in just for completeness because I had talked about it in the previous yarn corner, but I have talked about it again in what I brought to Europe. But then this is just the Wednesday top. Again, sorry, your girl literally, I stuffed this into my neck pillow and I'm not too sure how to unwrinkle it. I probably should like steam block it of some sort, but that seems annoying to have to do all the time for all of my hand knits. So let me know what is a good option. But yeah, this is just her. Really sexy, not even gonna lie. It's really nice on me. I knitted this with Filigrana Merci. I again incorporated the twisted German short row along this edge, and it does me good, does me good. I just wish it wasn't crumply. I don't know how to get it uncrumply because I like to fold them really tight, right? So then they all get crumply. Oh, and then the last thing that I want to talk about finished whips is the Chorizo cardigan's coming out. I'm hoping to get it out to you guys on Monday. There's just some final tweaks that we have to do for the pattern, and I just want to kind of promote this guy a little bit more because it has been such a long time since I announced making it and then putting the test knit out. Just I got really busy with going on the trip and trying to do other test knits, so really would like to promote this guy a little bit more on my Instagram and kind of show it off so everyone knows that this is going to be coming out. I will be putting this out on Monday, so I'm gonna post this on Friday. We have the weekend to be excited about it. I have been looking at everybody's tests and seeing what everyone made. This is honestly like the coolest thing I've ever made, and I'm really excited to get it out, and I'm hoping, you know, yes, I'm putting it out in like the dead of summer, but like you can get it ready for the fall and winter and just look really cute. So there she is in her glory, and I just wanted to show her off again. Now on to whips. So I feel like I've been a pretty monogamous knitter. Not like one knit, but like I'm not knitting like 10 things at one time. I'm knitting maybe like 4. Before my trip, I had started making this oversized black cardigan because I just wanted it in my wardrobe. I felt like I just wanted something that I could lounge in. Just, it felt like it was missing in my closet, just something classic and just something I could like toss on whenever. I think I knitted up to maybe the body, and then when I came back, I started knitting it kind of a little bit more intensely. Did end up getting to the body, which never happens. If you guys know me, I never actually end up getting to the end of the body before starting the sleeves. I know some of you guys just go straight to like go all the way to the body and then start the sleeves, but I get like weird yarn chicken anxiety where I'm not going to have enough for the body, so I just have to finish the sleeves first. But I was like, you know what, let's just finish the body because again, I wanted to do the button band, and you need the body to do the button band. So just wanted to see kind of how it was going to look like, and I think it's pretty classy. I mean, obviously it's not super fun to knit on, but she's classy. I think it's a great length, and once I block it, it'll be really nice. It's just like a classic V. Oh my god, it's so chunky, and I wanted it to be relatively chunky and just hug me when I'm lonely. Just have to do the sleeves. You'll see in all my other whips, I'm very much on sleeve and body island at this point. I feel like I'm itching to cast on things to avoid having to do these, but I know I have to, and I know I can. Like, the sleeves aren't even that bad of a thing. I just need to like decide to do it, and then I'll finish it in like 2 seconds. So I'm planning on, once I cast this off, I want to start another cardigan with the brown yarn that I bought. I want to make very similar, but I want 2x2 ribbing here and on the arms and on the body, and I think that would be very beautiful. And then maybe we could do like a little ribbing design on it. I feel like that would be cute too. You cannot see at all, but this is knit on, I think it's 1 strand Isayer Maryland, 1 strand of Holst Coast in black, 1 strand Finata yarn by Whack, and 1 strand of like a mohair. So I have a bunch of black mohair that just kind of exists in this room that I just have been picking up, and it's just been a miscellaneous. So there is a mixture of different mohairs on here, but you can't even tell. So it doesn't even matter. Happy to finally start. If you guys remember, I made a video about going through all of my black yarn and all the projects I wanted to work on, and this is essentially the first one. Finish this guy up and then start either like a black turtleneck or a black slip over, or just something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. It's so funny knitting this up because it picks up my hair very well, and since my hair is black, it's just knit just fully into this cardigan, and I'll watch myself knit it and see the hairs go in and like not do anything about it because it just is so black that I'm like, it doesn't matter. But now thinking about it, that is super weird that it is. But yeah, hopefully whoever inherits this, say like my great granddaughter, my hair's in here. So hope you're excited about that. Just talking about this for completeness, but I feel like I did talk about this in a video. I just don't remember. This is my Mohair V-neck sweater. I really like her. She's really beautiful. I'm knitting this in the Ballerina Chunky Mohair by Suniscarn. I think it's in the color 5505. It's 1 strand, 6mm, lovely dovely. I knit a little bit more of the body, but I'm kind of putting the sleeves off. Same with this guy. Sorry, this one is also 6mm. If you can tell, I've been really liking bigger needles. But yeah. Hopefully I'll get this done. It's such a fast knit though. Like, I have used I think I've used either 2 or 3 skeins already within the duration that I've been back, and I know that once I start the sleeves it'll feel like a breeze and I'll just finish it in like 2 seconds. But here I am leaving it there. So I'm trying to use the Thursday streams to kind of get on Sleeve Island and conquer it, because they're almost like, I feel like once you get to the body you're essentially done. Like, the sleeves are not that big of a deal, but I don't know. I wish I knew what's hindering me right now. I feel like I've been good about not casting on too many other things. Next on the list is actually an old one. I'm trying to pick it up again because I don't want to cast on anything. So I think me not casting on is like good, but instead of working on the pieces I have, I'm picking up all of my other whips that have kind of been left over. But maybe that's a good thing because then they get a little bit of love. So this is my V-neck sweater. I think I'm just gonna call it the typical V-neck sweater. I recently blocked the midway because I got a little worried. So initially I had knit a little bit more of the body, but when I tried to do the sleeves were just way too big. So I think I just miscalculated how this was going to look on. So we blocked it because I needed to know. And I feel like the blocking really did do a good job. It is still quite oversized, but I think that is also kind of the look. I have connected in the body, so I'm hoping to cast on the sleeve just to make sure before I keep knitting the body, which is something I really should be doing for all these other like tops that I have. I really should work on the sleeve just to make sure that everything is good before I keep knitting, because if I keep knitting I'm gonna have to frog like I did this one. So I'm really happy with how the neckline came out. Again, trying a different method. Everyone always does the 2 here. I just did 1 and I feel like it came out quite nice. I did contemplate doing a folded border, but I thought that just the single itself was quite nice. Yeah, so I'm knitting this with one strand of Hobby Friends in the color 122. And then I'm using this really old Drops Kid Silk Mohair that I had bought. I don't even know why I bought it. I think I was like, oh, it's a classic color I might use in the future. And it was just like one of their grays, and I had been trying to find a piece to make with it, and I finally found it, and this is her, and happy to use her up as always and have a lovely piece with me. So someone literally just tell me which sleeve I should start first. I think the issue is I just have too many sleeves that I want to cast on, that there's too much of an option. When I came back from my trip, I was just feeling maybe a little bit different about a lot of my old whips and like figuring out if I wanted to frog stuff. And so people on the stream were like, well, maybe you should, you know, take out your stuff and try to wear them first, because a lot of my stuff are in little plastic bags underneath my bed. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I should take out some of my sweaters to see if, you know, the reason I don't wear them is because I don't see them all the time and they're away. And if I put it out, then maybe I will try to wear them a bit more. And so one of those sweaters was the Moby sweater. I remember thinking like I didn't love the fit for some reason. And so I tried it on and I wore it. And I don't know what past Tiffany was even thinking. It was so nice. Like even just admiring my own crafty work and just seeing all like the effort that I put into it and being able to wear it and feeling cute in it, I felt really good about it. And so it kind of sparked this motivation to make my own cable sweater. And so I just like initially was like, okay, yeah, we can use the Yell Holt that I bought. Like I can hold it with some Tin Pure Gint because I have some, and it's like essentially the same color. I was like looking all over Pinterest trying to get ideas about what kind of motif I wanted to get and start. And I don't know why I really wanted to just start the back yoke. Like it was nothing. But on the stream, everyone was like, you have to swatch. Like, you're being ridiculous. Just swatch to just see. And if you have to unravel, that's okay. You know, keep doing it until you get it right. And I don't love swatching, but I know how important it is. So we ended up swatching. We kind of looked at it and we're like, it could be probably better. So I kept swatching it. And I was like, okay, I think I got the motif. I think we got it. Let me just start the yoke and see how it goes. As I'm doing the yoke, I'm also writing the chart. I feel like I'm such an impulsive pattern designer. People are always like, how do you go about pattern designing? And I'm like, honestly, I just go with it. I don't plan a lot beforehand. It's kind of just like, okay, let's cast it on and see. So I started working on this and boy, could I not stop. I was like obsessed. Not to like toot my own horn, but I really do love how this came out and I think it is super pretty. So ultimately this is the back portion. I had blocked the back because I was iffy about it. I've been doing a lot of mid blocking because I need to like be sure. And then I cast it on the front and did the neckline because again, we wanted to see how it was going. And this is where I've gotten to quite a bit of the arm. I think I have finished up the skein. So what I'm going to do is start the armhole story of my life and hopefully kind of see the progress, and I'll probably block it then just to gauge the look of it because the front isn't blocked, so you can kind of see it's a little bit more scrunchier versus the back, but then the bottom of the back is scrunchy because I only did the back section. So sorry if this is a little hard to see, but yeah, I don't know, I really went out of my comfort zone with this guy. I went with these really nice like cross cables. I couldn't find the name of this, but I had seen it on a Pinterest and I loved the way it looked and how each cross goes in one direction. And then I've also never done this braided cable before. So lots of new things, but I think it came out really nicely and I think I'm in love with this and it's just like the perfect color. Yeah, I've never done anything this ambitious and I'm quite proud of myself, and I think I am obsessed with cables now. I think I get it. I think I want to do this for the rest of my life and for the rest of my patterns. Like I've already been thinking about all of my basic like sweaters that I want to make and how I can incorporate just like a little bit of cable into them or a lot of bit of cable into them. Didn't think I would be that girl. I have hated on like so many patterns being like, this is too many cable. Like I would never do this. This would be too hard for me. No, oh my God, the work. And then here I am doing what I said I would never do. So I guess this is the year of doing new things. I have told myself that once I finish this, I can start a cabled cardigan. So I don't want to like cast on too many cables and get like burnt out with knitting. I think it'd be so nice to do like a slip over version. Like even this looks like a normal slip over that would look gorgeous. And then maybe doing like a baby version. I don't know if we have enough hands. There she goes. And again, we love the double moss. The double moss is perfect. I knitted this on 5mm. So a lot of patterns I had been seeing like with cabled sweaters, like I was looking at Nordland, and I was looking at Kudafakika, and just like everybody uses like 4mm. And I'm like, why? Why do you all hate me? I don't want to do that to my fingies. So I'm happy. I think the 5mm did really good for this weight of yarn, and I'm hoping for my cabled cardigan, I want to try doing 6mm and see how that looks up and works up, not like entirely hurting my hands with it. So yeah, this is her, and oh my God, that's crazy that we've been doing this at all. So from there, I know, like hearing me talk about this and walk you through my thought process of it, it's like, why did I do this? But because I've been saying how I need to start all these sleeves and I'm not doing those. And so why did I think casting on another project was the smart idea? So I did that. I casted on a new project, which is technically not new. So what happened was I frogged my old project and then I started trying to knit it up again. So in my defense, I didn't actually cast on a new project. I'm just working on an old whip from before. So I don't know if I talked about this, but I want to make the Cezanne Brioche cardigan. I have been eyeing this cardigan for a really long time and I've been really wanting to recreate it. And so I have been trying to kind of brainstorm ideas, and every time I do, I have to frog it because it like doesn't work. So this is my third attempt, but this is what it currently looks like. Who knows, maybe by the time this comes out or the next yarn corner, this is going to be frogged, but this is kind of just the start. So yeah, this is one of the this is one of the raglan increases, another raglan increase. This is just the beginnings of it. I knitted this in about an hour, so haven't really done too much work on it. It's kind of just there. I'm knitting this. I initially started this on 7mm because when I saw the Cezanne one, I thought, oh, like that one's pretty big and loose, but I don't think it was quite as neat as I wanted it to be, and I know Brioche blooms like quite a bit. So went down to 6. I think 6 looks pretty okay. I can't imagine going down to 5. That seems like really tight. So we're just gonna somehow keep going. I'm gonna keep going and make sure that the fit looks great, but this is just the beginnings and I don't anticipate getting quite too far. I'm holding this with, I don't know if you can see at all, holding it with 1 strand mohair and then 1 strand tin pure gint, and then 1 strand of this Holst super soft that I have. These are the 2 tin pure gints that I've been trying out. This is 1021. This is the one I'm using for my cabled sweater, and this is the color 1042. So been really liking how this has been knitting up. This is like my first time actually trying some tin pure gin, and I actually really like it. I feel like it's probably a bit rustic for some people. It's less rustic than the Yell Halt, it's less rustic than Hills Vog, it's less rustic than most of your more rustic yarns, but it still has that itchiness to it. So if you really hate that, I would probably stay away, but this is a good medium. So maybe next time I'll try Pure Gint. That one I'm actually really curious about as well. Okay, so that is it for finished pieces and whips that I've been working on. I just wanted to quickly talk about some frogged pieces. I guess this is a new segment on the show here, but I've been recently frogging a lot of things. So just going through a lot of my old pieces and just like figuring out if I wear them and if I want to reclaim the yarn. One of the yarns that I unraveled, I actually unraveled it on the stream, but it is my Fuyuhi. So this is the remnants. And there's more, but this is the remnants of my Fuyuhi. Is it super sad that I frogged it? Yes. Am I super sad about it? No, because I never wore the Fuyuhi and I didn't like the fit of it. I think a lot of times and even like I remember knitting it back, not wanting to finish it, not wanting to keep going because the pattern was kind of interesting, and I kept coming with these errors and making these mistakes and finding just a weird shape on me, and I even wanted to block it to try to make it look better, but the blocking didn't help. I think I got into this mindset of once a piece is finished, that piece is finished forever and that's it. Goes into my bag, and if I wear it, I wear it. But I want to be more present with my knits. Like, I don't want to just have them kind of sit around. I want to love every single one of them, and that's what's so lovely about knitting, is that you can frog anything that you don't like anymore, or if the shape is weird, you can always redo it. Like, yeah, it sucks because you knitted that and you put so much time and effort into it, but you know, knitting is kind of like a hobby. Knitting is a hobby, and it's more about the process, and you know, just being able to knit something and have fun with it, and you know, being able to revisit it and create it into something new, like a very cyclical journey, I think is beautiful. I frogged this with the mindset that I was for sure gonna knit something again with it, and I do have some ideas. I really want to try to make my own sweater with some unspun, so I'm thinking maybe like a color work. I've been eyeing kind of I think it's the Totem or it's the Kate cardigan. They wore it once here. They don't sell it anymore, so I don't feel bad about copying it. But I'm planning on doing that with some unspun, like the unspun that I bought in Hillsvog, and then use up the rest of my colors. Like, I have a dark gray and I have a white, and then I have a light gray now. So I'm going to make some sort of thing. And then if we have enough left over, I would love to also make a sweater. So I want to make a sweater and a cardigan. I'll hopefully post inspo and try my hand at that and see if I can get it to how I like it, and hopefully wear it in the future. I've been truly itching to cast this on, but I've been holding myself back because I think the sleeve island is really getting out of hand, and I'm running out of like bigger needles as well, and it's way too warm to even be thinking about knitting this stuff, so I think it'd be smart to leave it for the fall. Second piece that I have started to unfrog is this boy. So this is, if you guys know, the infamous, I think it's cardigan number 4 or 6. I never wear this guy. I never wear it. It has just been sitting sad all alone. What I'm gonna do, so if you can see, I'm already started frogging one of the sleeves, but I want to reclaim one of the mohairs. So I think I held it 2-strand Diablo mohair, 1 strand of a mohair that I just had. So I think I'm gonna reclaim the mohair and get rid of this Diablo. I might just donate the Diablo. Might also donate my the cumulus bust that I made with the blue Diablo, just because I don't like Diablo. It has nothing to do with the pattern. I just don't like it, and I would like to get it away. I don't want it in my life anymore, so it's just something I plan on getting rid of, and I want to get this mohair back so I can use it for something, and maybe in the future make my own beautiful mohair cardigan that I wear and that I like. This guy was also not fun to knit at all. I hated the border band here because you had to have like 4mm needles here and then 6 on this side, and it was just absolutely atrocious to knit. Like, we should have just done a separate one. So I feel like after designing my own patterns, I'm a lot more picky about how I like things and like how I like my knitting experience to be, and how that influences like whether I wear something or not, right? Same with like the yarn. It's not just the yarn that influences whether I wear this, but just whether like I enjoyed the experience, whether you know, whether the pattern was nice overall, and just wanting to make patterns that I enjoy and will wear. Do I know what I'm going to do with the pink? Not necessarily. I also just don't think that I would wear this pink very often. So I might use the pink for either accessories or smaller items, or I have been eyeing like a pink t-shirt. I think that's the most I would really ever do with this type of color. For some reason, my Chorizo cardigan is just neutral enough that I am okay with it. And then last but not least, I swear, I'm not frogging that many things, but I think I'm going to frog this guy. So this is my Sunday tee. I'd initially wanted to pick up stitches like midway and then knit up, but I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, this is just too much yarn for like a 3mm piece. I have no enjoyment doing this, and it's crumply here, so I'm like worried it's not going to work. So I'd rather just start anew and make something that I'm going to love. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make another croissant top. So not a top, but I did a poll in the stream to see like what people wanted to see from this collection next, and everyone voted, or most people voted for a t-shirt. So I'm thinking I unravel this and I unravel my color number 1, because that guy, again, I've left kind of not knowing what I was going to do with it, and I'm going to use it, hold it with another strand of something, and knit maybe like a cardigan. I'll show a picture that's inspo, but I think it'd be really adorable and something I would love. And I, again, never wore the Sunday tee. I think I thought I was going to because it just looked so elegant on Met from Petite Knit. But whenever I wore it, I didn't really think it was my style or my vibe. So reclaiming this, I just feel like would be such a great goal. And we can do it on needles that I'm not pained by, and I can use this yarn that I actually really like. I really like the knitting for all of Cotton Merino. We can finally get it to good use. Another piece that absolutely drove me insane was this one. This is the Pebble top by Lynn. Oh my gosh. So I've casted off some of it. I haven't casted it all off because I think the base is fine in itself, because I had to finesse it. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it so we have I-cord edges around all of the sides, and we're gonna make it just like the Cumulus top. I don't like my current Cumulus top, so I want to frog that one and then make this one my Cumulus top, and hopefully I can wear this and feel really good. But the I-cord has just been quite a doozy, and I've been quite slow about doing it. But I'm happy to reclaim this because, again, the yarn is so nice. The BC Garn Summer Cotton and Cashmere. Happy to be giving these pieces new life, and hopefully a life with me wearing them. Yeah, I got like a couple messages from people from after I frogged the Fuyuhi, and they're like, this video gave me courage to frog this piece that I had been meaning to frog but like couldn't. I'm interested to see updates on what I get up to, but the cable sweater has been quite treacherous on my wrists, so I'm trying to take it relatively slowly. Doing a pre-order for Seeknit needles, so if you have been looking out for some Seeknit needles, I'm going to do a pre-order and then order a bunch so I can put it up on the shop kind of more permanently. I just wanted to put a pre-order out if anyone had anything specific they wanted. My supplier was able to stock some Koshitsu non-interchangeables, and those ones I had been really eyeing. So I might buy a couple 5 and 6mm. I actually also would love to get a 6.5, but I also know not a lot of people have that, so it feels wrong to do that and then put it onto a test knit. That's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the notification bell if you want to be notified next. I am planning on doing Tour de Fleece. I have been talking about it on the streams, but thought to just say it on here. Tour de Fleece is kind of a spin along while the Tour de France is happening. This is just me trying to motivate me to spin more, because I do have a lot of spinning fiber. I hope I can also maybe motivate you guys if you have lots of fiber or you want to get into spinning, you're new to spinning. We're just going to post it in the Discord, so again, link is in the description if you want to join. It's pretty casual. Just if you want, you can post kind of what you've been spinning and how much you've spun, and I'll probably just discuss it on streams. That has kind of also motivated me to dye again, so I did buy up some fiber, and I dyed maybe a couple, so I was kind of hoping to get it on the shop if anyone wanted to do it for the Tour de Fleece. But kind of getting back into it reminds me how much I love dyeing yarn, so maybe hoping in the future I can get back into it and we can have more hand-dyed yarn or sell more stuff in the shop in general. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.